Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this day. It is Friday. Yes, that was Constance. She puts on my makeup every day. I wouldn't look this good. Well, maybe I would, but anyway. All right. On our show today, Juanita Skillman is coming in, and she's, of course, the board president of United. Going to be talking about a few things. She's going to be going over the finance, and we're going to talk about mosquitoes because it's that time of the year again. And also, you know, today is the day that both, if you're watching us in the morning, both Third and United tabulate their ballots. Of course, Third, they have the same amount of folks as the same amount of positions, but United's a little bit different, so we'll talk about that. Also, El Toro Water District is here today, Catherine Freshley. She is one of their directors, and she's going to go over several different things. And then finally, we have a new show on that will be on Wednesdays and Saturdays that are coming on October called Espanol in Laguna Woods. We're going to meet the host, and really nice person, and we'll tell you all about the show. Now, I just told you about the meetings today. They aren't really meetings, it's the ballot tabulations. And in the morning, it will be Third Mutual in the boardroom at 9 o'clock, and then at United, we'll be doing it in the boardroom at 1:30. You're certainly welcome to go by and watch them do that. And however long it takes, you know, a couple hours, and if you want to be in there, they are considered open meetings. All right, now the weather, we have got a little bit of drizzle today. Really tomorrow, we're going to get, it's the day that we're supposed to get some, I want to say for lack of a better word, real rain. In other words, it's about a 20% chance of some rain coming in. However, yesterday I got home, and to my surprise, our rain gauge was almost, well, by the evening, was at 1/10 of an inch. Obviously, that's not a lot, but still in September, that is really very, very rare. So that's kind of good news. As we go forward, you can see as things are going to start to clear up on Sunday. Monday and Tuesday, we'll get back up there, especially Tuesday, start to warm up. And then even looking at the next week, we'll start to warm up once again, but nothing like what we had. I think even for here, in Laguna Woods, maybe we'll touch 80 degrees at most with a little fog in the morning possibly, so not that bad at all. So looking ahead for 7 days or so, it's looking pretty darn good. But again, if you got things you're worried about getting damp, please cover up things, because today there's a little bit of drizzle out overnight tonight, and then anywhere from a drizzle to light rain tomorrow. Looking around the state this weekend, and things I want to note to you on both the Sierras, Lake Tahoe, South Lake Tahoe, and Yosemite, those temperatures I have, they're 52 for Lake Tahoe and 64 Yosemite. Those are Saturday temperatures, because each one of those places on Sunday will drop by 10 degrees as their high. So Lake Tahoe area will only have 42 degrees as their high on Sunday. Again, that is really low for this time of the year, and 21 degrees is their low temperature overnight, and Yosemite, their low is going to be 30 degrees. So, you know, cold times in the Sierras, and that's good. The North Coast, a little bit of light rain, and elsewhere, like I said, down here, light rain and drizzle today and tomorrow throughout Southern California. Palm Springs only getting up to 84 degrees. So, I'm liking it. I love the fall weather, and the first week of fall, we've had that. We'll be back in just a moment.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From a delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
This is how we burger, brew, and cue. Pick a town. Arrive hungry, real hungry. Start with a massive burger. Charred, juicy. Add bacon, a buttery bun, piled high. Serve it up, wash it down. Creamy, hoppy, fruity, malty. We're not done yet. Cue time. Deep fried, sauce soaked, pork ribs, meaty, tender. I'm full. Where to next?
All new Burgers, Brew, and Q. Tuesday at 9. Cooking Channel. Stay fired up.
If you asked me what I wanted to be when I was a child, I would have told you a princess or an astronaut, maybe even a chef. But things change. I may not have become a princess, but I found someone who treated me like one. I may not have become an astronaut, but I still got to see the world. I may not have become a chef, but you would never leave my house hungry. The Emeritus Institute has kept my love of learning alive. Every day is a new adventure, and the Emeritus classes have made it possible to keep living out my dreams. Sign up today and begin your life's next adventure.
In a land of hopes and dreams lived a luxury lifestyle consultant with spectacular taste. One day he thought, I'll show lottery winners how to live like a millionaire.
I'm like gonna cry. Like, this is beautiful.
Pinch me.
He scoured the land looking for the home of their dreams, which he slayed. So the families could live in plenty and live fabulously ever after.
All new My Lottery Dream Home, Friday night at 9 on HGTV.
I'm Dr. Leif Loberg, and I want to welcome you to our brand new facility here in Laguna Woods. We've been serving the community since 2006, and we're super excited to bring you an awesome team of doctors, Dr. Jackson, Dr. Asaturians, Dr. Vian, myself, here to serve you in our brand new state-of-the-art facility. Call us in the morning and we'll get you in the same day, guaranteed.
And with me right now from the United Board is their board president, Juanita Skillman.
Good morning.
And didn't we just see you last week?
Yes, you did. A lot of my board is on vacation this month, and so I get to fill in. Today I'm Gary Morrison, our treasurer.
Okay, all right. Well, good to have you here today. And so that means we're going to put up your first slide, which is the financial report, which again, Gary would normally give.
Absolutely. And in United, we do not have a business meeting in October. We have our annual meeting and our organizational meeting, but we don't have a regular business meeting. So this is the report that Gary would have given had we had a business meeting in October. And just basically it shows you that we're a little in the hole. Our total revenue is $28,412,000. And our total expenses are $29,115,000. So we're about $703,000 short. Now, we do have more revenues than we thought we were going to have, particularly the non-assessment revenues. So our variance is only $852,000. That sounds big, doesn't it? How can you say only $852,000? But in the scheme of things for a budget that this big, that's not bad. Right. And it is just as of August, so we still have months to go. I just wanted people to look and see our reserves, because this has been a big issue. The blue line shows our replacement fund. So we have lots and lots of things in our reserves that are designated for certain things. For waistline remediation, for appliances, for roofs, for whatever. And that's what that blue line is. Those are all the replacements. And that stays pretty steady, and it's pretty handy. The concerning one is the orange, red, whatever it comes out on there, which is our contingency fund. And the contingency fund is our disaster fund. It's things that we don't know are happening until they happen, things that we did not budget for, that kind of thing. And this year, there have been more than we expected. We have an issue coming up with our insurance that's going to take some of that contingency fund. Insurance companies across the United States are either dropping policies or raising their rates considerably because of, we're considered wildfires because we live in California. Right. But the floods and the hurricanes and all of those all take a toll on insurance rates. So we're having to dip a little into our contingency fund for that. We also had so much rain this spring that we noticed that we have some drainage problems. When it's a drought, they weren't really apparent, but they came to the forefront during our rain, and so we are having to dip in and do those as well. Now, our resale is pretty good. As you can see, the blue lines are what we are this year, and they're going up, up, up. They were down pretty much in February, but they're almost always, if you look at the yellow and the red, lower in February. But they're going back up again, and we are pretty in tune with the rest of the state and Orange County in our resale rates, etc. So I don't panic. You're doing good. We're doing good. Now, one of the biggest problems that we have right now, and as I was mentioning to Ken, with the possibility of a little bit of rain, this is going to be even more, and that is the mosquitoes. We do have a mosquito problem, and it's not West Nile. We have not had any of the big dangerous diseases like dengue and yellow fever and Zika in South County. But we do have a small mosquito, black and white mosquito, called the Aedes, A-E-D-E-S mosquito, that are capable of transmitting diseases, and not just to people, but they transmit dog heartworm to dog and cats as well. So you have to watch your animals. And the big thing about this is this mosquito is a daytime mosquito. Usually you think of mosquitoes as dawn and dusk, and this one is, number one, in your house. They are not mostly outside, they are in your house. And we have to be really careful that we don't have containers filled with water. When we have little bitty rains like we're having right now, showers here and showers there, they can fill up containers on your patio, whatever. And even just the top of a water bottle size can have an egg or two from the mosquitoes. If you have bird baths, pet water bowls outside, please scrub them and dump water from the potted plant saucers. Don't let it build up in the saucers. Getting into water, that's one of the problems that we have, is that people think, oh, the drought is over, I can water to my heart's content and all of this. No, we are still in a drought situation. We had more rain this year than usual, but it's still a problem. So how do you avoid mosquito bites? The main thing is to not have the water around. You want to use a mosquito repellent if you are susceptible particularly to mosquitoes. I'm not. I can walk through mosquitoes and they don't like me. I'm sour, I'm bad, I'm not good.
They don't like the color purple, I hear.
Yeah, I guess they don't like the color purple. But some people are just magnets for mosquitoes. And the mosquito, this one that we have right now, leaves big red welts, and they're itchy and they're difficult. So you need to really be careful about the mosquitoes. And you can wear mosquito repellent clothing. Always wear long sleeve shirts and pants and lighter colored clothing, particularly if you are outside. Although, as I said, these little mosquitoes are inside as well. And one of the things we find is people leave their doors open, doors and windows, because it's that time of year. And if you have broken or damaged screens, the little mosquitoes, they're small, they'll just right in.
Right.
So.
And I just want to mention that we are, next time Lisa Bartlett comes on, the supervisor, which I believe is October 15th, whatever that Tuesday is that week, more than likely she's bringing along somebody from Vector Control.
Yes.
So we'll talk
and
about
I have to say that our councilwoman, Sherry Horn, is on that Vector committee and keeps us informed, sends us stuff all the time. This week we got something from her saying they're spraying for mosquitoes in Tustin. And that's a little scary. It's close, but we don't want them to have to spray in Laguna Woods. I just think the nightmare that we went through with Roundup and those kinds of things, and if we say there are people coming through spraying for herbicides, it's not going to be good. So we want you, the residents, to be careful about getting rid of standing water of any kind. But talking about water, we need to conserve our water. Yes, we are still considered in a drought stage. Through August of this year, United alone has spent $2.4 million on water. Now, we as individual shareholders pay our electricity, but the water is paid for by the mutual. And the total projected for this year is $3.7 million. That's a lot of money, and we have to be careful not to waste it. And also, water rates are going up, 2.2% in 2020, 4% in 2021. So it's going to get more and more and more. And of course, this comes out of your assessments. So water conservation is just one of our big things to push. Now here's a chart that shows you our January through August water usage. Now 2019 is kind of low down here over on the right, but remember this is only through August 31st. And so it's going to go up at least as high as we had in 2018, if not higher. And so cubic feet of water that are used, we still have to be careful on our water usage. And as I say, that comes out of all of our pockets because that's from your assessments. The United Mutual has to pay those water bills. Looking to the future, the state says that we should be using 55 gallons per person per day until 2025, and then it goes down to 52.5 gallons per day in 2030, again, because we're running out of groundwater. The acreage is just not what it used to be. And penalties that we have to pay for too high usage will be charged higher tier rates. Right now we try to keep ours into the first and second tier of water usage, but sometimes it spikes up, particularly now in the summer, August, people are out there watering, washing cars, whatever, and our water usage goes up and our tier goes up, and that means we pay more. There are, I believe, 4 tiers. You can ask Catherine about that when she comes out for El Toro water. And we want to stay down in the bottom tier. So just a couple of reminders here for our residents on water conservation. Don't irrigate or water the common areas. That's why we have sprinklers. If you want to water your plants around your house, in your area, that's fine, as long as you do it carefully and don't leave water standing. But we irrigate the common areas, and let the Mutual do that. We have a landscape crew that knows exactly how much water to turn on and when to turn it on and how frequently. There's no car washing with a free-flowing hose. If you're going to wash your car, you should do it with a bucket of water, or you have to have a nozzle on your hose that turns it off so it doesn't just keep running. So don't let water run unattended. Try to limit your showers to 5 minutes. Install aerators on your faucets, and turn off running water while you're shaving or brushing your teeth. So just simple little things that really help us to conserve the water. And that's what we are preaching today. Let's conserve our water, saves money, helps the Mutual, and when you do use water, make sure you don't leave any standing water for these dang little mosquitoes, Aedes, Aedes mosquitoes.
All right, very good. Good to see you again.
That's my preaching for today.
Maybe we'll see you next week.
No, hopefully I'll have some time off.
All right, take
okay.
care. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
There.
At LA Carpet & More, you'll find the largest selection, all at the lowest prices, every day. Now choose from dozens of top carpet and tile brands at 50% off. Or choose from our versatile waterproof wood and laminate flooring, an incredible value at 50% off. Or a complete kitchen and bath remodel in a variety of styles is now 50% off. Plus get 5 years 0% financing. Refresh your home for less from the #1 choice, LA Carpet & More.
LA Carpet, #1 for you.
Most real estate agents stick to the 3 Ps of marketing. They place it on the MLS, they put up a sign, and pray that it sells. Laguna Premier Realty takes a different approach to marketing your home. From professional and high-quality photos to high-definition video, single property websites, and 3D virtual tours. We will make your property stand out and, most importantly, sell. So whether you are looking to list your current home or find your dream home in the Village, Laguna Premier Realty is here to help.
It's not surprising that the most memorable memorials are the ones we plan ourselves. After all, who knows you better than you? So why not get a plan together and let us take care of the details? It's what we're known for. Find out how at DignityOrangeCounty.com. Only a Dignity Memorial professional can celebrate a life like no other.
Do you know how secure your money and personal information will be on your next real estate transaction? Escrow Options Group is the only escrow company trained by the FBI on fraud. We also carry cyber fraud protection and have received the largest industry security measure, the SSAE certification. Ask your real estate professional to open escrow with Escrow Options Group to ensure the protection of your funds and personal information on your real estate transaction.
This one is going to be a challenge for me.
Everything's moving 100 miles an hour.
This is your worst nightmare. Get out! Please, bring your dish forward.
MasterChef. Wednesdays are watch anytime on demand or Fox Now.
I'd like to welcome Catherine Freshley from the El Toro Water District. She is one of the directors, and I know a lot of you people probably know her because you've been on the boards here. So great to have you here today, and we are talking about wastewater and sewers and things like that. And the fact that, you know, really it's one of the main parts of what the water district does.
Yeah.
A lot of times people don't think about that.
Well, you're absolutely right, and that's one of the reasons that I've suggested this, that we talk about it, is when I talk with people, they think about how much is the water going to be, but they don't realize the cost that we have just to get rid of, to take the water, process it, and we can, in our slides here, I'll go through the whole process of what we have and how we take care of it. And here in the village, you know, all the wastewater coming from that people, when they flush the toilets and things like this, goes through the recycling plant.
Right.
Okay. And at the recycling plant, then we, as you know, we have been able to convert much of it to water for, you know, for irrigation and for landscaping. And the first slide kind of
illustrates that.
Kind of illustrates, you know, the sewer collection system and the recycling plant, and you know, and so we have the recycled water, which we use, you know, to serve the community, and the golf course has always used the recycled plant. See, because when the golf course was built in 1963, that's when Cortese built the plant.
Yeah. Oh,
and
wow. Okay. So it always had it.
It's always had it. We just improved the quality of the water, and then we have the water. You can see from the slide. You can see the recycling plant. The blue. Then we also have water that, if that has any excess we have, then is discharged to the ocean after it's been cleaned. Okay, so we have a process to get to the ocean, and there's money involved in doing that, and I'll cover it later. And then down below there, you'll see that a picture on the right, which is the recycling plant, which is basically the treatment plant down in Laguna Niguel area.
Right.
Which is where we basically don't send any of the any liquid there. It's only the solids, and you'll see. So that's the secondary. So you got the secondary influent, you know, the ocean outfall, and then the solid handling. And so we'll go through that. Next slide.
Okay. So on this one, we see you've talked about this before, as have others. The Joint Powers Authority.
Right. JPAs.
Yeah.
And JPAs. They're interesting, a form of how the government gets, you know, different cities and things like that, like the fire authorities, the JPA.
Yeah.
Okay, SACWA is a JPA. We have 10 member agencies in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on that board. They have 3 wastewater treatment plants, 2 ocean outfalls. See, and we use the Aliso Creek one. And the staff for the joint power is 64 staff, and we own capacity. See, that's
okay.
What we buy capacity. We don't own the whole thing.
Okay.
See, so every water district has some capacity in the thing. So that's what the Joint Powers Authority does. It allows you to share. So, you know, each individual agency isn't trying to have a massive investment, because there's a lot of investment when you're treating sewers.
Right.
You're treating the sewer stuff. So.
Yeah. So you're all working together.
We work together.
Okay.
And you can see that with it, you can see who's in it. It's listed there. South Orange County, City of Laguna Beach, see Emerald Bay, El Toro. You got Irvine Ranches participating. You got Santa Margarita. You got San Clemente in it. So try to get 10 people to come to agreement on everything is not the easiest thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, next slide. See, and so we own the capacity in the solid handling. And every day we haul by that truck, and people, if on Moulton Parkway, you'll see that truck come out about 3-4 times a day. What it's doing is it's hauling all of our solid waste that we separate from the recovery that we have at the plant, because we don't process any of the solids.
Okay.
See, so we have bought capacity, at SACWA to treat that, and because it's all the special equipment that's required, the digesters, you got the dewatering centrifuges and everything. And the next slide will show what comes out of there is actually compost. See, and so that you got the biosolids.
Right.
And so it's all suitable. It's been properly
For
cleaned
compost
and rich in nutrients. And so they're hauling it every day, basically 75 tons a day.
Where does this go? Where's this the plant or the?
The plant is down off of Aliso. I'm trying to think of it. It's down.
It's in South Orange County, though?
It's in South Orange County. It's not very far from here. It's just, it's south about 3 or 4 miles. It's down before the city of Laguna Niguel.
All right. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. It's a pretty good sized plant. I've been through it a few times. See, so once this is, and we do sell it. I mean, we get funds from it. SACWA gets paid for it because it's usable.
Right. Wow. Well, that's good that you sort of a return on investment, so to speak.
See?
Yeah.
So from that, and this is where a lot of the cost goes into.
Right.
That's a pretty good sized plant.
Yeah.
See, now Moulton Niguel, they pretty much are the only ones putting the fluids into the plant, and so they use that. That's their recycling plant themselves.
Okay.
Okay, but we haven't bought that capacity, so we're not sharing in that cost.
All right.
Okay.
So the next one is sort of the next phase of this.
Right. It shows that. Well, what it's basically, this is I mentioned that we have water that we've processed.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's more than we can process, and use for recycling and everything. We don't have any place to store it.
Okay.
And so this water then, and basically the rainwater and things like this, it's going to process to the ocean.
Okay.
And so we have a share. Okay, we own 7.5 million gallons per day capacity to transport that water to the ocean outfall.
Okay.
And so this is how in the industry. See, when you come together, it takes a lot. You look at the size of that pipe.
Right.
Okay. Well, that can carry a lot.
Yes,
see?
it can.
But we share it with Irvine. See, Irvine dumps into it. So does Moulton Niguel. So
they all come together.
We come together, and we own it, and we bought a certain amount of capacity in it.
Okay.
Okay. So that's how some of this financing goes. See?
And then we can see sort of the on the next slide the maps, sort of what you were talking about.
Yeah, there you go. See, and so the discharge of the wastewater is is at Aliso Creek Beach. It's out 1.5 miles out into the ocean.
Okay.
Okay. And it has the capacity for 50 million gallons a day. See, and we're only talking, what were we talking to? It was 2.5 million gallons a day. So you can see there's a tremendous capacity here.
Yeah, there is.
See. And the daily discharge is about 9 million gallons a day, and we do about 2 million gallons. And actually, when it's discharged out there, and one of the key things that SACWA is very much involved in is all the sampling that is required. I mean, we're testing all the time to make sure that what we are discharging is not polluting the ocean.
Right. Yeah.
And there's certain standards, and if we're not careful, then we get fined for it. See, and so SACWA has two different points. You got the Aliso Creek, and then you got the one down there by San Juan Creek.
Okay.
So there's two different discharge points, and it's interesting when you start looking at all the testing. See, it's required. So.
And then finally, the last slide is just more getting into finances.
Well, that's right. Well, it's explaining, what the cost is. I mean, it's $900,000 a year in our budget just for the operation, of all these facilities, and then we have a capital budget that every year. I mean, you got to maintain everything. So you're talking $1.5 million,
right, on
stuff that we try to control it, but. We've got we got the obligation with the Clean Water Act.
Right, yeah.
To make sure that we're not in violation of discharging any of our sewage and any of our water improperly.
Right.
And that's the big challenge.
And this all goes into the cost of.
This all goes into the
bills.
That's right.
Yeah.
and it was always been very interesting to me when I talk to people about it. They never really thought much about it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And so this is where making sure that what they putting down the sewers and things like this, you don't want to dump medicine. You don't want to dump things that are going to create an issue for us to get the water.
Yeah. Well, I don't even compared to years ago put down much in the sink, the kitchen sink anymore in the disposer.
I never used the disposal.
I mean, years ago that was common. You throw everything down there,
right?
And it grinds it all up and all that. So, for me, I've really kind of eliminated most of that.
Well, see, one of the big issues that you have, and I know here in the village when I was on the boards, really had struggled to make sure that we had enough money, to get the sewers and have, because. I always felt if we don't put enough and reline the sewers and take care of, because the village has to take care of the lines from the houses to the main line in the street.
Yeah.
El Toro takes care of the street, and we about every 3 years we're going through every one of those pipes, and we've got a special piece of equipment, and we put down a mobile thing that runs through the pipe, and we can see if it's clean, if there's any blockages or anything like this. And so that this is a big factor that really the water districts, Irvine does it. We have the facility, and we use it to let other districts we'll provide services to them, because it's the same. It's I don't know in the village anymore whether I think they hire it out and can run sewer lines, run things through the sewers.
Yeah.
But it's so key, because if those lines are not kept proper, not only do we discharge issues, but you get backups into the houses, and that's the bigger issue.
You know that about here,
I know about that part.
All right. Catherine, thank you very much for coming on. It's
You're
always
welcome.
good to have folks here from the El Toro Water District.
Well, thank you very much.
And as you said, we don't often think about the sewer part of it.
That's right.
We usually think about the water coming in.
And that's usually about 40% of your bill.
Yeah, definitely. Good to see you, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really true.
If you truly want to make a difference, there's no better way than a career in California water, a dynamic, essential industry at a critical turning point.
Water is absolutely the most crucial thing hitting our Central Valley and our state.
It's work that's so essential that people want to stick with it if they're in it.
It will be life-changing, not only for yourself, but for generations to come.
Through times of drought, aging infrastructure, and a growing population, the water leaders of tomorrow will seek innovative solutions to unprecedented challenges, helping protect California's most vital resource.
We have to broaden our network so that we can bring all the bright minds together to solve a problem that has to be solved.
It's a valuable resource. We need to protect it, and we always need people to do that.
The water business isn't just about delivering water, moving it from point A to point B. A new wave of opportunities are emerging, from working in the field to a water quality lab, shaping policy in a boardroom to customer service and human resources, tackling complex regulations, or leveraging technology for critical improvements in water efficiency and sustainability.
It's not just building pipes and pump stations anymore.
We need engineers, we need those in the hard sciences, we need those in the soft sciences, people that understand law, understand public policy.
You need the accountants, you need the rate setters.
We need all types and all hands on deck.
There's nothing more central to California's future than carrying on the water industry's mission.
It's a tremendous responsibility we have in delivering that water resource that you can't live without.
If you really want to make an impact, then this is where you're going to have the most impact.
In California Water, you'll find a vast array of long-term, well-paying careers with numerous opportunities to grow and make your mark, and new initiatives welcoming the next generation.
It makes me feel like I can make a real big difference.
If you think that this industry is a non-changing industry, that's exactly the reason why you have to get involved. That's why you have to come in to affect that change.
It's only going to become more important as years go on, too.
Why not be that person to take the water industry to the next level?
We're going to have to be more innovative, we're going to have to collaborate more, and we'll need a new generation to help us do that.
The impact that your service will bring to public service and to water in general will last for generations to come.
Mom and I take on some of the nastiest places in our neighborhood. If the home has good bones, we'll turn them into amazing spaces. Ready or not. And we're just getting started.
Get out of my way, boys.
Oh my God.
Ta-da! Wow!
It's gorgeous.
Go ahead, toot your own horn. Toot, toot.
All new Good Bones, Tuesday at 9 on HGTV.
And welcome back. Well, coming up in October, we're going to bring you a new program, and it's called Espanol in Laguna Woods. It'll be on Wednesdays at 4:30 and also Saturdays at 1:30. I'd like to introduce a couple folks who are part of that program. And Rebecca Galad is, you're kind of the host of the show in a sense. You're more of the one that sort of came up with this idea. Am I right?
Correct.
Yes.
Sharing with Lynn.
Yeah, Lynn Bradshaw is here as well. Yeah. So really, what is the program about? Because, you know, to be honest, we pre-taped this already, and it's not you standing up there teaching people Spanish, am I right?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, it's more of almost like a little vignette, so to speak.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It's a series of stories or daily happenings among friends. Now, what's special about this, let me be very open, no grammar. It's conversational, basic Spanish.
That's right, yeah.
And what we're trying to do, and this is how we do it, there are 3 friends. It changes with every episode. One speaks only English, very little Spanish. That's Lynn. One speaks Spanish, but no English. And one is the one that translates back and forth. And that's me.
All right.
So there is a lot of repetition, there is a lot of translation, and there is a lot of fun too. So it keeps it interesting.
Right.
And our goal is to teach basic Spanish from home while you're at home. You don't have to go to a classroom, and you're having fun at the same time.
And Lynn, how did you get involved with this? Because obviously you're not Spanish, I don't think, maybe. You got to maybe go on 23andMe, and who knows? You might find out you are. But
well, Rebecca asked me. She is the writer and director of the program. She asked me to participate as the non-Spanish speaker who was learning to speak Spanish. And Rebecca has seen me perform in many stage productions in Laguna Woods. So she realized my love of the theater and performance. And in addition to that, I'm in her Latin dance class, and we have a personal friendship as well. So she knew I barely knew a few words in Spanish, like I know taco, tamale, guacamole, you know, the essentials. Yes, now picante. The essentials. Right. So she thought it would be very realistic if she had someone learning to speak the language who really didn't know the language.
Okay.
And so
that's that's a good thing.
Yeah. Yes.
Because you're not faking it.
No,
so to
I'm
speak.
Not. No.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I think that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Well, you got the basics down. As long as you know the food, you're done.
Well, but that's why I said the main food groups, right?
Mole and all that. Yes. Yes. And, get the good stuff down first. So in this presentation, as I said, we've already taped the program, the first one.
Episode.
And you're basically in like a little cafe, am I right?
Correct. In a restaurant where Lynn meets for the first time our Spanish speaker. So we're teaching introductions. Then I move on immediately because I'm hungry into the food. We have our menus there, and we can decide through our episode. We talk a lot about mole and enchiladas, and a lot about desserts.
That's right. Yes.
And it's also a way of teaching about Latino culture.
Right.
For example, we kiss and hug a lot, we laugh a lot, and in the second episode, we become more romantically inclined, talking about possible get to know one another with a man in Guatemala, etc., Polo. And you have to wait to see the second episode. Yes. So the circumstances, the stories change, as does the vocabulary.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
Will it be the same three people?
No.
Okay, so because the other person, what was her name? I'm sorry.
In the first episode, Birdie.
Birdie, that's right.
In the second episode, Marina. Now the names that we have, that you hear, are our real names.
Okay.
The stories that we tell about others, the only real name is Polo, which stands for Paul, the Channel 6 director, so...
He's over there right now.
Oh, well, we know.
I have a question. Lynn, are you in all the episodes?
I'm not sure yet, but I'm in the next several episodes.
All right. And it's like the third person will rotate, depending on the story.
Yes.
Okay. Who writes this?
I do.
All right. That's a lot of work.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But it's fun also. And I keep we keep changing it. First it's written, we try it out, rewritten, we try it out. In the fifth time probably, we send it for approval for Channel 6 to approve. So, and then we have rehearsals all the time, all the time. It's
a lot of work. And again, so the first one kind of revolves around food in a restaurant.
Correct.
And then the next one is going to be more about...
La familia, the family.
And so what happens is each time people pick up a couple words here and there.
Exactly.
Right.
And if I may, I would love to thank Channel 6 and Mr. Paul Ortiz, because from the very first moment that we came up with the idea, you guys were fantastic in allowing us to develop the idea, and now in the production, we couldn't do it without you, obviously, but everything that you're giving us, it's really taken with a lot of love from us.
It was really good. You know, the other thing I was disappointed on, I thought you were going to actually bring on some like chicken with mole sauce.
Oh, you just wait. It's coming.
I was waiting. They were talking all about it in food, and I was going, wow, where is it?
It's coming.
Okay, all right. So again, this is going to be on twice a week, Wednesdays at 4:30, Saturdays at 1:30, and it's a half-hour show, and we're looking forward to them. The first one is coming up in October, and I have to look at my schedule here, so it would be October 2nd.
Correct,
Yeah.
4:30.
Yes, so very good. Great to have you both on.
Thank you. Muchas gracias.
Yes, thank you. Lynn,
gracias.
Good to see you.
Or as we say in Spanish, gracias.
All right, thank you very much.
Well,
you take
I have
care.
to give you a kiss.
All right.
The Latino way.
Thank you very much. See, I'm lucky in this job. Right? Now we're just waiting for the bullet. There we go. All right.
It's coming.
All right, thank you very much. Good to
Thank
see
you.
We'll be right back.
Did you know there are over 400,000 seniors in Orange County today? So where does a senior or family caregiver go for information and resources? You can turn to the Answers Guide published by the Council on Aging Southern California. Answers is full of articles and resources to help you navigate the aging experience. You can pick up your free copy today at the clubhouse nearest you or at the Social Services Office. The Council on Aging, helping seniors remain healthy, connected, and protected.
Christine and Jack for the Jewelry Box.
Hey Christine, after being voted best jewelry store in Orange County every year since 2011, don't you find it kind of odd that there are still folks that don't know about the previously enjoyed jewelry we sell?
Yep, it's a shame, Jack. You know, we buy from our customers at great prices. Our master jewelers refurbish the best of the best, and we sell at prices way below other jewelers.
So that's the reason we're still #1.
It's one of many, Einstein.
The Jewelry Box. It's about trust.
Good morning. Joel Walker, your golf professional here at Laguna Woods Village. Beautiful morning today. It's Free Tip Thursday. So anyway, this morning what I wanted to talk to you about in your golf swing, no matter how long you've been playing, if you're just starting the game, if you've been playing for a few months, a few years, your whole life, right? The best thing you can do and to think about in your golf swing is, how do they work? Well, good golf swings work from the ground up, not necessarily up here. Our arms and our hands, the club, the shoulders, right? All needs to work in sync, and we want to hit nice, consistent shots. We want to have balance, from the ground up. B-A-L-A-N-C-E, that's the word of the day, balance. Right, so as we set up to the ball, we're going to hit our shots. We feel that nice coil in our shoulders, right? We're reaching back, we're engaging our hips a little bit. We want to stay steady and we want to stay balanced, because none of this great stuff up here that you're constantly working on is going to work very well or consistently if we're off balance. If I'm dangling around here, too much on my toes, right? The club gets thrown off and the shots just get inconsistent, right? So as we do take our backswing, right, we're going to turn those shoulders, engage our hips a little bit, and we want to be solid, nice and balanced on our right foot, kind of on the center instep here. A hurricane might blow me over, but a 30-mile-an-hour wind won't. I know that. So I'm right here and solid, steady at the top of our backswing. Now the same thing can be said as we follow through to the finish, right? I want to be balanced over here too. Got a whole foot and a whole nice leg to use to steady myself as I finish the swing. Steady, balance. What's the word of the day? Balance. That's right. Okay, so as I'm here, right, I'm in the right spot. I'm in the right part of town. Now if I'm creating that swing and taking into the action, and now I'm out on my toes, boy, you see a lot of people doing that, right? Falling off balance. As all that energy's generating out here to our toes. Want that. Same thing be said if I'm rolling out here onto my heel. Not good, right? So use your whole leg, use your whole foot, use that center of that foot. It's there, it's like a nice post. Boom, balanced. B-A-L-A-N-C-E, balance, that's the word of the day. Enjoy yourselves, let's keep our golf course in good shape, and hope to see you guys around. Thank you. I wanted to let you in, it's not really a secret, bit of a limited space though, but I've been offering a no-cost boot camp where we do some stretching in the morning, we do some golf fundamentals, some mental stuff of what's going on, in the mind while we're swinging the golf club and playing the golf course. So if you want to join me for that, I'd be glad to have you. Be most excited about meeting everyone who haven't met yet. If you want to come out, the sign-ups, you can call me. My direct line is 268-2024 to sign up. They're 3-week periods, and space is limited, but we can get you, in the system and ready to roll on those 3-week boot camps. A lot of stretching, some minor strength training, and just what is important in swinging the club, maybe expanding our range of motion a little bit. Again, working on balance, which is very key in the swing, and most of all, having fun. We can talk world politics too, if you'd like, philosophy. I do have a degree in philosophy. Anyway, please join me. And also, I've got another thing going on that's quite exciting. People have taken great advantage of and improving is a free tip Thursday. Come out in the morning at the driving range in our lower teaching area, and I'm there for about an hour or so. Come up for a few minutes. We'll discuss a couple of things you might have questions about regarding your golf swing. I'll take a look at you, do a swing check. A couple of free tips. Free is good. If it's free, I'll take 3. So anyway, come and see me. And again, if I haven't met you, I'll be really looking forward to meeting you. And greetings and good golfing. Thank you.
The Red Sox are 1 out away. And the Dodgers are down to their final strike. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Red Sox win the World Series. And the best team in baseball wins it all.
One of my favorites, and I think a lot of people's one of their favorites. It's Mary Poppins. This is the original from 1965. You may remember that there was Mary Poppins Returns that came out earlier this year. And in this, of course, you know, Andrews playing Mary Poppins as the nanny that comes into the lives of the Banks family. And the Banks family, the father, of course, played by David Tomlinson, and the two young kids, Jane and Michael. And this is really about, the story is, in essence, is a reconnection of the father with the kids, believe it or not. But in there, they go on all these different adventures. And of course, there is Dick Van Dyke playing the chimney sweep as Bert. A wonderful cast, just excellent, excellent music, of course. The classic music by the Sherman Brothers, and it's a winner of 5 Academy Awards. And that will be today at 2 o'clock and at 7 o'clock. And a fairly long movie, especially for back then. It's 2 hours and about 20 minutes. So that will be today. Then another Disney movie coming up on Monday, and that will be Aladdin, and this is the live-action version of really another classic Disney film, the animated version of Aladdin. This one came out in May, and I saw this really very well done. Will Smith plays the genie. He does an excellent job. There's Naomi Scott and Mena Massoud playing the title characters of Aladdin and Jasmine, and this is, of course, about Jafar there. He gets, he's the villain. He gets Aladdin to go into the Cave of Wonders to bring out all the treasures, and Aladdin comes across the magic lamp and unleashes the genie, who helps him out becoming a prince, and so he can meet the Princess Jasmine. Again, great music in this one as well, And they did a really good job at this. I'm looking forward to it once again when we show it on Monday at 2 o'clock and at 6 o'clock. So there are movies coming up for the next couple days. And also coming up, not this weekend, but next weekend, Saturday, October 5th, is the wonderful Harvest Hoedown that is done by the stables every year over at the Equestrian Center. And they're going to have pony rides, inflatables, and country western band, and food, and all kinds of fun stuff. If you'd like to go over there, that will be next Saturday, October 5th. And you can get over there in the late afternoon. The band starts up at 4 o'clock. Pony rides will be from 4:30 to 6:30. And parking is available right up near there, up the road at the Via Campo Verde lot. And shuttles are available down to the Equestrian Center. That's going to be a lot of fun. All right, the weather, a little bit of drizzle out there today, and expect that. It's already going on, and in fact, I just looked at my home camera a couple minutes ago. It wasn't raining where I left, but it's obviously drizzling now because everything is wet. So keep that in mind. You got stuff you don't want to get damp, bring it in or cover it. Tomorrow, it should be a little bit stronger as far as overnight tonight and tomorrow. Most of Southern California is looking at about 20% chance of what I want to call real rain coming in. And there's been quite a bit in Southern California, not so much measurement-wise, but throughout Southern California over the last day or so. And as we move on to Sunday, morning clouds are becoming mostly sunny. And then Monday and Tuesday are looking good. Temperatures are nice down. Fall temperatures are mild. And looking into the end of next week, the temperatures will rise, but probably about, maybe touching around 80 degrees or so. So not that bad at all. We'll just have more sunny skies as we get into next week. All right, we will see you on Monday. You have a good weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.